really tricky corner that he's on now. His course tactic is an adverse camber or an off camber corner that leads to this back straight that then comes to 130 yards. We could see some battling on that corner with some bumps and scripts, maybe a few spins, so keep an eye out on that corner. Spoon corner it was, sorry. Oh, that bump I was talking about earlier. Horrendous if you get that wrong. Too much steering. Course tactic, stay 6. Steam coming through Snake S's. Just on board with Thunderstone, who is on an outlap. Nick in front on an outlap as well. So with on board with MJQ. Almost went super wide there. Could have had that time there disallowed, but looks like he kept it pinned. So we have come to the 0:00 mark of qualifying. If they're on a fast lap, it will count. So Meg Lugby has set a 128.748. We have reached the sub-29s around Suzuka for the 4th instalment of the Invictus Racing League Formula 2 Equal Performance. Mr. Steen's coming across the line in second. Oh, we've got an off in front of Delange here. Can Delange improve? He does. He improves to 3rd with a 129.053. Fantastic stuff from Delange there. Chris finish. Oh. Did Thunderstone get impeded there? It did look, I think, like Thunderstone got impeded. Thunderstone, 5th place group that collision with Captain Stiff. Very strange. So there you go, that is the qualifying concluded for the 4th instalment of the Invictus Racing League Formula 2 Equal Performance in Japan for Suzuka. We've got Meg Lugby, then Steen in 3rd is Delange, Wales Andrews 4th, Nick J. Thompson, our reigning champion, in 5th, the Chris in 6th, SD Mats in 7th, 4 Tactic in 8th, Thunderstone in 9th, Ice Sun in 10th, Bio Freak in 11th, MJ Cube in 12th, Tony Y in 13th, F1 Mr. PH in 14, Times Hubble in 15, Captain Stiff in 16, and Colin J bringing up the rear in 17. So just waiting for the last of the racers to take their places on the grid, and we will be underway. Don't know about you guys, but I am really looking forward to watching this race. So it'll be interesting to find out exactly what everyone chooses for their tyres if they are P11 onwards. Apparently tyre degradation in Suzuka isn't massively high, so a soft to medium is the most extreme or most aggressive tyre choice for strategy. You could go on a one stop, you could do softs to hards, which is a very favourable option. Some people do go for a two-stop, but based on previous experiences, it is a one-stopper. I find it hard to believe that there's not much degradation on this circuit because it is an absolute punishing circuit to drive round. But for some reason, it doesn't actually give much degradation to the tyres. So it'll be interesting to find out exactly what happens today, see if it's going to follow suit with previous races, or whether we are going to see any two-stoppers or choose two-stoppers, let's say, because some people have to two-stop due to losing wings or lockups and things like that. But straight out strategy, I think it's going to be a one-stop. So as we're just setting off underway for the formation lap, it gives a chance for the guys to test their start sequence, the clutch biting point and the revs. So, Humberstone down in 14th. Humberstone is really going to want to come through the field. He's sitting in second place in the championship, so he's going to want some serious points, or he could really lose ground to Mr. Steen. Now, Mr. Steen's in second place, which is looking very comfortable for him. No doubt we'll see a strong race from Steen. We've also got Biofreak, who's sitting down in 10th place, so slightly out of position for Biofreak, but I'm sure he will make up some serious places on that first lap. It's going to be very tight in the first few laps of this circuit. There's not very long straights, it's all tight corners. I'd probably say the fastest part of the track is after Spoon, coming down the back stretch towards 130R. There's only one DRS zone, it's very short, not very long at all, so I think you're going to see a lot of overtakes achieved by drivers making mistakes, and maybe a couple of brave souls making some passes towards the end of the back straight or just after 130R into that heavy braking zone at Paseo Triangle. Competition of the late breakers, let's say, so it'll be interesting to see if I'm right with that. So just about to line up. Almost ready time to see those 5 beautiful red lights. Last car at the back, just getting into position. One light, we've got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 and 5. And it's lights out, away we go. Serious good getaway for the front 4 racers there, but we've already got Meg Luppy who's dropping down behind Steen. Delange's got off the bad line as well, so Steen up into P1, absolute brilliant start from him. Weislander's up into P3, fantastic stuff. We've not got any contact yet. We've had Estimats going wide in the rear there, as we just saw him going wide. Still got the 2 Ferraris running side by side. That seems to be the thing for this season, the two Ferrari drivers. Oh, looks like Nick just getting pushed by the Chris 01 there. So let's just go back and see what's happening. Oh, we've got a three-way train going on here between Nick J. Thompson, the Chris, and MJ Coupe. Bit of a lock-up from MJ Coupe there. Oh, we're seeing one of the racing points going wide. So Steen pulling out a bit of a lead now, nearly up to 1 second. We've got Core Tactics, he's down 8 positions. So has something happened to was it Core Tactic going wide in the rear, not Estimats? It must have been Core Tactic we saw going off track slightly in turns 2, I believe it was. So MJ Coupe has made an absolute stonking start and he's up 5 positions. Fantastic. They're just coming down the back straight now, approaching the famous 130R. Coming through Cruceo Triangle as we're seeing the Haas car of Chris, followed by MJ Coupe and Nick J. Thompson, quickly followed by Estimats. So we've got the Warriors Lander pushing on the back of Meg Luppy. Are we going to see a move coming out of the second turn into these snake curves? He's all over his gearbox. He's having a look at what he had for breakfast. Core Tactic, 3-second time penalty. So he's within 2 seconds, 5-second time penalty for Core Tactic, speed in the pit lane. Stop and go, so he'll serve that on his next pit stop. Warriors Lander dropped back now. Delange's in the mix, he's on the back of Warriors Lander. Or he was, he's dropped back as well. So looking down the mix, we've got, let's go back to MJ Coupe and Nick. The two Ferraris have been split now, so it looks like Nick has dropped down from that chasing pack. Not sure what happened, but we're just seeing the Chris, our newest driver, one of our newest drivers, seriously putting some pressure on the back of Delange. Let's just have a quick look at tyre choice, just to remind everyone exactly who's on what. There you go, majority on softs, there's Tony Y on mediums. Core Tactics out the session. What happened to... that's unfortunate. So we have lost Core Tactic. As we see, Delange in the chase going wheel to wheel. The Chris, sorry. So Mr. Steen set a fast lap of 133.470 as we see the Chris about to make a move on Delange. Can he make it stick? He goes to the left. Oh, it's going to be tight, it's going to be tight. Oh, nearly a bit wheel bagging. Is he going to make it through? He comes around the outside, bit of grass there on the tyres, but it looks like he's got it made. Oh, he does, he makes it stick, so brilliant move from the Chris there. But then that's bringing MJ Coupe into the mix on the back of Delange. And they also bring Nick back into the mix as well. So it looks like the two Ferraris have got a Red Bull filling. And then also on the back of that is Estimats. So we've got a four-way battle here just for 5th place. So it's still very, very tight here in the leading pack. Warriors Lander on the back of Meg Luppy. He's going to make it move. No, not yet. He's got to be a brave move if he can make it. Late breaker. He does. He makes it on the inside with a touch, but I think that was fair. So brilliant move from the Warriors Lander there. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Let's just see if we can get more action, because the Chris is making a move on the back of Meg Luppy, coming down the back stretch. Is he going to make a move through 130R? It'd be brave if he did. Oh, it looked like he was going to go around the outside, but it just looked like Meg Luppy kind of cut him off. But the Chris is up into P3, so Meg Luppy loses out in that battle of the last few corners. Let's change this view, because we don't want to see someone's tyre, we want to see racing. So Mr. Steen pulling out a 3.8 second lead over the Warriors Lander, but the Warriors Lander now has the Chris tracking him down in his sights, gonna make a move soon. He's catching pretty quickly. Just coming up to Antibank, and I believe this is Dunlop, I think it is. Yeah, Dunlop. Degner. Heavy braking zone, second part of Degner. as we approach the hairpin. Let's just go back to MJ Coops. Looks like he's closing on Meg Luppy. Oh, ever so close there. There must have been nail a paper between MJ Coops' wing and the back of Meg Luppy's gearbox. Looks like MJ Coops going to make a move. He does his squeeze, he's down. Just lifts off the accelerator. Is he going to get a better drive? No, he goes slightly wide, picks up some dirt on his tyres there. But then De Lange is now in the mix. And then also Estimat. Oh, it's like a five-way battle. This is epic as they're coming down the back stretch. So MJ Coop and De Lange go almost side by side. No, it looks like De Lange. Oh, he just lifts off at the last minute. But then we've got Estimat making a move as we come through Castillo Triangle. Meg Luppy on the back of De Lange, who's also on the back of MJ Coop. This is a brilliant front pack battle. Meg Luppy is all over it. DRS opens for a few drivers there. Meg Luppy moves to the left to fend off the Estimats. Meg Luppy is up. Oh no, he's back down. Yeah, he's back up. Oh no, we've got De Lange was going wide. Did we have contact between them two? They were switching places on the leaderboard there. There must have been 3 changes within half a second or a second. So Meg Luppy down at a 10th now, so unlucky from Meg Luppy and De Lange, who have dropped down 3 or 4 places between them, or each. So let's just have a quick recap, try and gain my bearings. Yeah, so half a second separates Chris and the Warriors Lander as they approach the hairpin. Looks nice and tidy for both these drivers. Looks like a very nice clean getaway. Looking down the board, we've got Tynus. Let's see if he's going to make a move on back of Tony Y. So back with Chris, who's on the back of Warriors Lander. As we're coming down the back stretch towards 130R. Let's see what Chris can do here. Tony Y, 3-second time penalty. So we had Meg Luppy with an incident on De Lange. Where are you? Someone's marking this down, guys. And that was on lap 5. Steen going even faster. Setting an even faster lap there. Brilliant stuff from Steen. Looking down the field, we have got Nick on the back of Estimats. I went the wrong way, sorry. Oh, he does. He makes a move. I didn't get there in time. So Nick J. Thompson putting a move on Estimats. Does that release Nick J. Thompson, our reigning champion, to try and open up the gap and rein in on MJ Coop? He's only 1.1 seconds back from Coop, so it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens. Nick and Coop are running no assist this season, I believe. So this could be a reason why Nick and Coop are succeeding so far, because you do get better traction when you're running no assist. 3-second time penalty for Captain Stiff. So yeah, with no traction control, you do get better drive because the traction control systems aren't reducing the power to keep the tyres from spinning. So it's all about throttle development, going through the corner, keeping it nice and smooth. So it looks like MJ Coop and Nick are succeeding in their no assist campaign so far. Looking down the order, it looks like everyone's kind of settling out. So I'm just going to stick with this front pack of Chris, Coop, Nick and Matt. Humberstone not too far back from him as well, but they're looking like about a second between them. So with these first few laps on the soft tyre, you're obviously going to get the heat into the tyre really quickly. You get too much heat in the tyres if you play them too much, they start sliding off or going off the cliff. You have to rein it in a little bit, let the tyres cool down, and the grip does come back to the tyres. But once you get them tyres really warm or overheated, and you start sliding about, it adds to the degradation, the tyre wear. High deg leads to high wear. So when we refer to degradation and wear, guys, the degradation is the amount of heat going through the tyre and the amount of forces on the tyre, but the actual wear is the amount of rubber that's actually been taken off. So when you hear people saying the tyres have gone, it means that the wear has got to a critical point. Degradation, normally to do with splitting of the tyre, you get little bits of overheating, which cause the tyre to lose its molecular structure, let's say. So again, looking down the order, we've not really got many battles happening. They're all about a second, but Coop is reining in the Chris. Oh, we had a bit of an oversteer moment for Coop there. So Coop will be sticking to the back of Chris as much as he can as he comes through 130R. Bit of a lock up there going through Castillo Triangle for Coop. So the Warriorslander, I was about to say Warriorslander setting a fast lap, but Nick J. Thompson is setting a fast lap now, 133.009. Let's just have a look at pit stops. Yeah, so it's Mr. P80 and Biofreak. So who is going to be the first of the stoppers? So of this front group, they've done 7 laps. I have heard from my sources it is possible to do around 11 laps on the softs. Whether that's the case today, we will soon see, because we have seen some hectic racing so far. We're just on lap 8 now. Be interesting to see just how far these guys can push these tyres. So Coop, half a second behind Chris, who's half a second behind Steen. Nick's almost the same behind Coop, so yeah, it looks like these are starting to close back up now. Let's just try and watch from Nick's perspective, who's trying to chase down Coop. Estimat's not far behind Nick either. Brilliant shot there, watching that train come through. The train of drivers chasing each other down. Absolute fantastic shot. So still sticking about the same times, dropping a 10th here and there, but it does look like it's settled at the minute. Let's just have a quick look while it's settled. See who's on what battery. So they're all looking like they're on similar batteries. Steen's got a bit more. Yeah, so the Warriorslander and Steen looking like they're keeping above the 50% mark for their battery. So Chris, one of our newest drivers, is all the way to the back of Steen's gearbox. Could we? Oh no! He got out of shape through Degner, but it looks like he's power slid his way back on track, unfortunately picking up a 3-second time penalty, which I don't agree with, because that was an awesome power slide coming through Degner for a brilliant save from the Chris. I'm just going to mark down Chris 3-second time penalty. So absolute fantastic save from Chris, but he's now got Coop and Nick, our reigning champion, all over the back of him. So unfortunate mistake from Chris, who was showing some serious promise there. So we've now got Chris, Coop and Nick all in a 3-way battle for P3, and it looks like he's going to make a move. Coop goes to the left, coming down the back stretch. He's going to take the inside line going through 130R. Get off this camera view. What are they doing? Nick's having a step as well, but Coop is up in that P3, locks up again. Oh, and he slides. Oh, and he makes touch with Chris. Nick slides through on the left-hand side. That's the second incident avoidance we've seen Nick do in 2 races. Absolute lightning reactions from Nick, our reigning champion there. Looks like Nick on the right-hand side has taken over Chris. So Nick, then Chris, then Coop. I can only apologise for these silly camera angles, guys. I don't control it. I can only control whether they go to TV, pod or broadcast. And the broadcast view so far isn't impressing me, so I do apologise about the angles, guys. But Nick up into P3 now. Oh, and Chris is slid. Chris is off into the gravel trap. He's going backwards. He's not hit the barrier, but he is out and he's going down the order, slipping down the order as we go. I don't think that was a driver incident. I think it was a driver error. Nobody else involved, I don't think. So, Mr. Steen still sitting pretty. P2. Just under that 1 second time gap now, so he needs to stay like that all the way up to Castillo Triangle where the DRS detection zone is. Nick's now sitting almost 3.5 seconds back. XE Fun 3-second time penalty. I believe that's his first time penalty. as we see, who was that in the background getting all over the back of Coop? It was Estimat. He's on the right hand side, around the outside of 130i. You're not going to do it there, Estimat. But MJ Coop goes a little bit wide, covers off the inside line for Casillo Triangle. Estimat's getting a good drive though. But he loses it. I think MJ Coop is coming in. So he's coming in for fresh rubber on lap 10 or lap 9. So Coop, where are you? Coop, softs, lap 10. Let's see what it comes out in a second. So mediums, he's done soft lap 10 to mediums. So it looks like Coop will go all the way to the end. So could he come back to the podium from this position? Just over the third race distance, going to the second third of the race. So Nick, so we've got pitters all over now. We've got pits from Meg Luckby, MJ Coop, De Chris, and X Fun. So we've now got Nick, then Estimats, followed by Delange, who's leading this race, still on the softs. So it looks like everyone else has come in for their pit, apart from these front 6. So the front 3 racers are still on the softs, so haven't pitted. And then the next 3, Captain Stiff, Tinus and Colin J, they haven't pitted, but they're on the mediums. So it'll be interesting to see exactly what happens. Will they push these mediums? Oh, looks like the Warrislander and Colin J switching places there. Sorry I missed that, guys, I do apologise, but it looks like we swapped around with Warrislander and Colin J. So Mr. Steen out in 8th place now. As we're just seeing Steen overtake. Sorry, that's my mistake there. That was commentator error that I missed that. Pushed the wrong button, do apologise. So Delange is now coming to the pits. As we've just seen Warrislander and Steen go for it again as they come up to the first curve. Entering the S curves or snake curves, formerly known as. Just coming through Anti-Bank and now into Dunlop. So Nick and Estimat still out in the lead on those soft tyres with Captain Stiff close behind. Oh, going a bit wide there for Tinus. And he's spun. Oh, unlucky from Tinus. We did see him spin, but I thought he might have caught it like Core Tactic did. Get off the racing line, Tinus. Oh, Tinus on the racing line there. That I didn't see who that was. Was it Meg Luckby who got? I think it may have been Meg Luckby or MJ Coop. Missed the 85 3-second time penalty. Yeah, it just looked like it was either Meg Luckby or MJ Coop getting a little bit taken back by, was it Chris now? Tinus 3-second time penalty. Yeah, by Tinus it was, wasn't it? Tinus spinning out. And he came back on the left-hand side of the circuit. He was coming from the left, but he was straight onto the racing line. So it'd be interesting to see what the stewards have to say after the race about that one, because he was going slow on the racing line. And part of the FIA sporting regulations, any racer that has found himself off circuit or in situations should come onto the circuit in a safe and respectful manner. Being slow on the racing line isn't slow and respectful. I'm sure it wasn't intentional from Tinus, but those are the rules, and he did impede 2 drivers, in my opinion. It's not up for me to decide that. That is the steward's job, which will be reviewed after the race. So let's try and get my head back into this race after that incident. Steen, 3/10 behind the Warrislander on those fresh mediums, who was also on fresh mediums. So these two working their way back up the order. Captain Stiff still yet to pit, who's 10.5 seconds in front. Probably got another 6 or 7 laps on those medium tyres, maybe even more. So that would take him to around lap 20. So is Captain Stiff going to go on to softs? for his last stint. Soft last stint, question mark. As we're just seeing Steen get attacked by Warislander there. So brilliant fighting between the Warislander and Mr. Steen. Nick's now chasing these two down, about 2.5 seconds, and he makes a move. As Steen goes to the left-hand side, he's going to go around the outside. He gets it stuck. He does. He makes a move done. Excuse me, guys. So Steen made that move stick and is now into P2. So Steen looking very pretty now for the race win. So Steen, let's make a note on Steen, lap 14. Lap 14. Overtook Warislander. Warislander 3-second time penalty. Not as many penalties as I was expecting to be honest with you. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, about 9. Oh no! Mr. Steen going a little bit oversteery there, and he's lost the position back to Warislander. Oh, unfortunate for Steen. Oh no! Spin on lap 14. I'm going to circle that because that's 2 race notes for 1 driver on the same lap. So can Steen recover from that little spin there? Let's hope. And let's see if he's got wing damage. Can't really see. Looks like he's missing a left end plate. So if you're missing a left end plate, I would imagine that would be an amber. Wouldn't be quite red wing of death territory. Don't think he's coming in. No, he's staying out. So he obviously won't have red wing of death. Nick J. Thompson going fastest with 132.703. He's sitting in P4. He's just on the back of Steen now. Avoidance for Nick. Incident avoid, because he's awesome at avoiding incidents, is Nick. So Nick within 2/10 of Steen. Steen obviously has got some wing damage. These two aren't exactly miles apart on tyre life. You know, 2 laps difference isn't really make much difference. So Steen clinging on for dear life for the from an attack from Nick, our reigning champion. I imagine within the next lap or so we will see Nick overtake Steen. Surely it'll happen now though, coming down the back stretch towards 130R. There might be some fake moves going on. No, Nick pulls to the right. Is he going to switch back and go inside? Yes, he is. 3-second time penalty for Steen, going wide. Unlucky Steen. But Nick doesn't get it stick though. He's not made it stick so far. So DRS will open. Steen doesn't get it, or does he? Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, he did get it as well, so that will neutralise the DRS effect. Absolute brilliant from these two. Let's just ride on board with Nick and see how he does it coming through the snake curves. Difficult place to overtake here. Easy to defend though, to be honest with you. So just coming through anti-bank curve and into Dunlop. He's going to go down the inside. Brilliant from Nick there as we're coming round Dunlop corner and towards Degner. He's got the move done. So yeah, unfortunate for Steen, he's fighting you can see it there, the left end plate is completely missing. So I would say that is at least a yellow warning on his wing damage indicator. The guys have been looking at on the pit wall. So Nick sitting really pretty now in a P3 position. Captain Stiff will have to pit eventually. He's not pitted yet. He's still sticking around 10 seconds in front of the Warislander. So Captain Stiff, absolutely fantastic race so far. So let me just check something, guys. Captain Stiff, who started all the way down in P16. Wow, brilliant. So I think it's about 22 or 23 second pit stop in Suzuka. So 13 seconds would then, bring him down into leader. He'd probably come out 6th place. So if Captain Stiff pits, Warriors Lander getting. I do apologise. I missed out. The Warriors Lander and Nick. Oh no, he's back again. It looked like Nick had got in front of Warriors Lander, but then back out of it. Yeah, as I was saying, Captain Stiff. The Chris 5-second time penalty speeding in the pit lane. 5 seconds. So if he makes any more stops, it'll be added. He'll be stationed before he makes a pit, but it looks like he'll have that added to his race time, which as it stands is 8 seconds. Nick, Tyner's 3-second time penalty again. Tyner's 3, so he's up to 6 seconds. Warriors Lander goes a little bit wide with a bit of a lock up there. So these two going hell for leather, right? It's brilliant from Warriors Lander and Nick, our reigning champion. But then we've got Steen, who's caught back up. So has Steen adapted to that wing damage and has now got a new racing line that's allowing him to squeeze up. He's going wide again, he's just losing that traction. I wouldn't expect it on a left turn though. With the left wing damage, you'd expect it on a right turn. Just coming through 130R, approaching Paseo Triangle, attacking the late breakers. No, Nick don't go for it, but he will have DRS on Warriors Lander, who is sitting 11 seconds back from Captain Stiff. So could this be the moment that Nick gets past him? Rear wing opens up, as does for Steen. So he does a fake, maybe goes to the right. Will he go to the right? No, he goes to the left. He's going to go the long way around into turn 1. Nick nearly spun there, but he keeps it. He does. He gets past him. He gets past him, and Steen's on the back of the Warriors Lander as well. So is Steen going to make a move? So brilliant from Nick J. Thompson here, our reigning champion. He was up at a P2. He's done his one and only stop as it stands. Bit of a spin there for Warriors Lander. I really thought it was about to spin there. It may have just been a lock up, but it looked like it got a bit of oversteer under braking. So Steen still sticking to the back of the Warriors Lander. Yellow flag in sector 1. Mr. P80 retired from the session. Maybe that's what we've just been seeing. So unlucky there from Mr. P80. Down 2 positions, so not an amazing. I thought we were getting a change there. I thought we was getting a position change. Steen is all over the back of the Warriors Lander. Rear wing will reopen. That's 2 moves. No more from you, Warriors Lander. He goes to the outside. Get a bit of wheel banging there. He goes up the inside. Accelerates out, that's a given. Otherwise, he'd have had to go on the grass. So he just backed out there. So, Captain Stiff has made his pit stop now and he's come out in 9th place. So Captain Stiff sitting pretty here. Let's just switch to leader. Captain Stiff 13 seconds behind the leader on fresh tyres. So could quite possibly make his way up to maybe 6th place. He's sitting 5 seconds behind Delange. So with 8 laps to go, that is possible, I think. So let's just check in with Steen. I'm impressed by Steen, who's making this poor wing. He's still attacking with a pretty severely damaged left end plate of his wing and coming down the back straight. I'm really hating these cockpit views that we get on the broadcast cam. We don't want to see that because he's going left. We're missing a great overtake here. Just backs out of it. So Steen now getting Humberstone on the back as Humberstone goes to the right hand side. Backs out of it, but the Warriors Lander getting attacked from 2 drivers here. So brilliant stuff from Nick, who's now into the lead. He's done his one and only change. He's on the mediums. Steen's made it stick around the outside. it's coming back at him. Will Warislander go around the outside? Nope. So trading paint from Steen and Warislander. Then Humberstone's in the mix as well. Up 10 places is Humberstone. Everyone's stopped at the scene, so yeah. Humberstone's up 10 places, so absolute stonking drive from Humberstone. He's sitting in second in the championship, so Humberstone's really putting the pressure on. So as we saw at the start of this race, we had the two Ferraris of Nick and Delange running very close together, but then we saw, I believe it was Delange, get a little bit of tangle up and dropped a few places. Oh, big lock up there from Warislander. Humberstone, 3-second time penalty. Not what you want to see when you're chasing down the lead pack for the championship. Warislander goes left. He's going to go down the outside in the first curve. I think he's going to make it stick. He does. He gets that position back from Steen. So fantastic overtake from the Warislander. And then Steen's getting attacked now by Humberstone. Oh, looks like there's slight contact with the wheels there and Humberstone span. So contact between Humberstone and Steen. Unlucky. So let's put next to Steen. In fact, no, Steen's already got incidents, as I'll put it with Humberstone. Humberstone, 21 with Steen. MJ Coupe, 3-second time penalty. I've not seen any other penalties for Coupe. So this is the part of the race where we start to see racers come back together from their strategies. We've got Nick still leading 4 seconds in front of the Warislander, who is in second. Getting chased down by Steen, who's got a broken wing. Meg Luckby in P4, just over a second back from them. Then Estimats half a second back from Meg Luckby. So let's just see how fast is Estimats approaching to the back of Meg Luckby, coming down the back stretch, approaching 130R. Oh, Miss Steen's coming back out of the Warislander. Bumper to bumper for these two. Get off them stupid shots. Again, I can only apologise, guys. When you've got a broadcast view, I don't want to look at a tyre like that. So I'll go on cockpit view or TV pod view. Goes to the outside. Oh, it gets a bit wide. Can he keep it? Yep. Steen gets another time penalty. So just getting a little bit wide on the first curve there. Steen, 3-second time. I think he's up to 6 seconds now for Steen. So the Warislander, 3 seconds, so yeah, he's not really got anything to worry at the minute from Steen. Nick, I've not seen any penalties for Nick. He's kept it clean. He's sitting near 5.2 seconds in front of Warislander, so fantastic stuff. So Steen and Meg Luckby now in the mix, and we've got a 4-train battle, all for P3 here. I am going to try and keep a track, but some of these views we're seeing are horrendous. So there you go, you've got Warislander, then Steen, then Meg Luckby, then Estimats, closely followed by Delange in the background. Ike's Fun has retired as our 4th retiree of the session. Yellow flag in sector 1 as we see Meg Luckby goes to the right. Just coming through 130R, all bumper to bumper. Comes the Casino Triangle, who's going to be the late breakers. It looks like Steen goes late braking and Warislander. Oh, so Steen went for a late braking move on Warislander. It looks like Warislander's missed out there. So a bit of a dive bomb, it looked, from Steen, which will probably be investigated after the race. So we've got Nick still out in front, nearly 8 seconds. So, wow, our reigning champion is really emptying everything. The last 4 laps of this circuit. So it looks like we've got a phoenix rising from the flames in the form of Nick J. Thompson, who, as long as he keeps his head in gear and keeps the traction on the track, he's going to take his first win of the season. Absolutely fantastic stuff from the racers here. So Delange on the back of that train as well. The Chris 3-second time penalty. He's now up to 6 seconds by the looks of it. Where is Chris sitting? Chris is down in P12, so not going to really make a change for his race. Yeah, he's a good 6 seconds out of the points, is Chris. So Tynus has come into the pit. So Meg Lugby. Meg Lugby is 3/10 back from Steen. Looks like Meg Lugby's got a full wing against Steen's 85% wing, let's call it. DRS opens up for Meg Lugby. Will it be a late braking move into turn 1 or first curve? As we start the Snake S's. So I imagine Meg Lugby will make a good way on this corner because he'll have perfect traction on his front left tyre, where Steen will be struggling. Just going through Degner there. So SD Mats all over the back of Meg Lugby. Ooh, he had to dive right to stop going into the back of Meg Lugby there. So brilliant incident avoidance from SD Mats, our newer driver, one of our newer drivers. First outing last week. We had a great race last week. Scored himself 12 points. And with that 12 point, moved himself straight up into 7th place in the Drivers' Championship. So fair play from SD Mats. It looks like we're getting an absolute fantastic drive again from him, who could actually be in contention for a podium. Oh, Meg Lugby moves left. Oh, squeezes down the side of Steen. Is he going to make this stick? No, he doesn't. But SD Mats and Steen, all these three will get DRS apart from Steen. Moves to the right. So Meg Lugby and SD Mats get the DRS open. Meg Lugby should move left and get this done quite easy. So Steen loses out to Meg Lugby, who I imagine will lose out to SD Mats coming into the left-handers, the last left-hander of the Snake S's, which is Anti-Bank. It'll be interesting to see exactly what happens with this and the last few closing stages of this race. SD Mats goes around the outside. Can he keep it? Yes, he can, as we go through Dunlop. The Warriors Lander 3-second time penalty. I think he's up to 6 seconds now. So that means Humberstone is on 6 seconds, on a 3 seconds. So it looks like Humberstone could be in contention to take an extra couple of points from the Warriors Lander. As we still have Nick out in front, storming it out in front. So fair play to him. So then we've got Meg Lugby, SD Mats and Captain Stiff all battling out for the last 2 podium positions. Yellow flag in sector 2 as Tynus sets a fast lap. So denying, if Tynus keeps that fast lap, he'll deny that extra point to the top 10 finishers. So the rear wing opens up for SD Mats. Let's just see exactly what happens. Will he be close enough to make a move? Will he dart right? No, not quite close enough. Captain Stiff back up to P4. Absolutely fantastic. So I underestimated Captain Stiff. I said he'd come out in P6 and I think he came out in P9 maybe. He's actually up at P4 now. Could he take a podium from SD Mats? This is going to be really interesting to see. We're just doing a little final penultimate lap before we go into the last lap of this race. But I do believe the stewards are going to be super busy after this race with some of the incidents we've had. If you have been watching the stream, guys, or if you're watching this back after the race, I apologise about the quality of the stream. I am working hard to resolve these issues. As we're watching Captain Steve go on the dirt there, oh, that will not help his traction. He is on the soft tyre though. So, let's just have a look how many, 7 laps on those soft. So yes, superior tyre life and grip for Captain Stiff. I'll be really impressed if we see Estimats keep on to this, but he has dropped back now because of that incident there as he ran wide. So, is that mistake from Captain Stiff going to allow Estimats to keep this podium? Just coming across the line shortly to start the last lap. So Meg Lugby followed by Estimats, followed by Captain Stiff. It looks like Meg Lugby will have a podium, but who is going to get the final step of the podium? Estimats. I haven't seen any penalties for Estimats. Captain Stiff has got 3 seconds, so this could be very interesting. Estimats could actually keep this P3 because of that penalty for Captain Stiff, who's got 3 seconds. So unless I've missed a penalty for Estimats, which I could have done to be honest, because it's been a hectic race, Estimats could keep this and get himself some absolute stonking points to keep him in contention for the title fight. So just coming through onto the back stretch as we exit Spoon Curve. He's in his slipstream. 130R. Captain Stiff, 3-second time penalty. So that has just sealed the fate of him getting a podium. Estimats will get P3, I imagine. So let's just ride with Meg Lugby as he comes across the line and takes P3. Estimats, so Meg Lugby must have had penalties I missed. Because Estimats has taken P2, Meg Lugby to P3, Delange to P4, as we just see Warrislander coming across the line. Humberstone gets it on penalties, Humberstone up into P7, Warrislander P8, Steen all the way down in P9, although that may have been self-inflicted, but I'll leave that up to the stewards to do. Wow. Brilliant racing there. I was waiting for Colin J to come along the line and take his last. Let's Colin go. Not seeing any penalties for Colin J, so yeah, absolutely fantastic racing there. So we've got 3 drivers on the top step that I seriously did not think I would see on the top step today. So just going back to the photo I took at the start. So yeah, Meg Lugby, yeah, that's a given. He started first, so Meg Lugby, brilliant. Nick was in P5, so yeah, not unbelievable that Nick's there, so yeah, fair play. But then Estimats in P7, so yeah, fantastic racing from the guys. Wow, brilliant race. The stewards are going to be busy, I can tell you that. So it'll be interesting to find out exactly what happens with all the incidents we've seen. Quite a few there actually. But yeah, wow. Another fantastic, hectic race from the F2 boys. Absolutely fantastic show. Hope you've enjoyed watching this stream back if you're not watching it live. It's going to be interesting next week when we go to Interlagos in Brazil. Absolutely fantastic track. Wow. So there you go, guys. And there's the champagne and the ticker tape falling for the top podium steppers. So Nick taking a win. Fantastic stuff. So Nick taking his win with Estimats taking his P2 position, Meg Lugby in 3, Delange in 4, Captain Stiff in 5, MJ Cooper in 6, Humberstone in 7, Warrislander in 8, Mr. Steen in 9, Colin J in 10th, Biofreak in 11th, the Chris in 12th, Tynus in 13, Ike's Fun in 14, who was a DNF, F1 Mr. P80 DNF in 15, Tony Y DNF in 16, and Core Tactic DNF in 17. So if you just bear with me, guys, I'm going to just invite the podium finishers into the party, and we'll hear from them in a second. So, have we got any of our racers from the podium listening in now? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I can hear you, Dan. Yep.
Fantastic. So, let's just first go to Nick, our reigning champion. Nick, what a fantastic comeback from 5th, I believe you started. We saw you and your teammate Delange running very close together, and I believe Delange had a bit of an incident. But can you talk us through what you saw and how you saw your stint in the race?
Yeah, well, with Danger's incident, he was going side by side with someone through turn 1. It just looked like a racing incident from my perspective.
Me.
But there was so much happening. Oh, okay. Well, what did you think, Nick?
He had the inside line, I was on the outside, we were pretty much dead, and he kind of run a bit wide, and I went out wide. We both went out wide, so I think it's racing incident, that one.
Yeah, fair enough. But no, there was stuff happening all the way through that first stint. It was crazy. I dropped down to about 8th or 9th at one point.
Yeah.
And then just managed to capitalise on others' mistakes, and then felt very comfortable in the second stint. And I saw Warriors, pardon me, Warriors Lando and Steam were really battling.
Yeah.
So I managed to get on the back of those two quickly, and I cleared them nice and quickly, and then I was able to capitalise on that, which was really nice.
Yeah, well, I can tell you from the commentary box, there's going to be some serious work for the stewards after this race. One involving Steam, to be honest with you, but I'll leave the stewards to comment on that. I did actually notice, Nick, your second incident avoidance skills in 2 races. I believe it was lap 14, maybe MJ Coupe. You were avoiding MJ Coupe. I can't remember exactly who it was, but I have noted down in my notes that you did an amazing incident avoidance. Looks like you've got a knack for avoiding incidents. Did you notice you avoiding? Do you even remember that?
Not specifically. I know Coop had an incident at the chicane with Chris, and there was another time where someone went wide that I managed to nip round them.
Yeah.
But it's just my experience in the multiplayer lobbies. You get used to having to get the hell out of people's way that are trying to smash into you. So I think that's where the skills have come from.
Yeah, well, absolute fantastic stuff there. Absolute brilliant, mate. It was really great to watch. Have we got the other guys with us? We've got Estimats with us as well.
Yeah.
Right, Estimats, you were my commentator's pick last week. Looks like you're coming true to your form, mate. Just give us a rundown on your take on the race and what you enjoyed about it. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, it was great. P7 to P2. Fantastic, mate. Really impressive. Looks like you got yourself some serious points there, and from only your second race in the league, it looks like you're one of the title contenders. So, well done, mate. Great drive. Can't wait to see you racing in Brazil next week. Are you looking forward to that? Oh, really? Oh, okay.